You feel it when you wake up. A quiet anxiety in the background that tells you you are already late before your feet touch the floor. You open your phone and see people your age launching companies, running marathons, or reading dozens of books. Your own effort suddenly looks small. This feeling is not an accident. It comes from a culture that treats a human being like unfinished software. Software that must be optimized at all costs. Many of us chase high performance not to build great work, but to escape the fear of being ordinary. What if this non-stop race for a better version of yourself is damaging the very body and mind that let you live and create? What if a lot of modern self-help is a socially approved form of self-punishment? We live in a time of self-tracking. We monitor sleep, count steps, track calories, and schedule every minute. Business language has moved into private life. We try to scale relationships, optimize rest, and network with friends. We treat being human like a logistics problem. A huge industry makes money by telling you that you are not enough as you are. It tells you that tiredness is a moral failure, and that your biological limits are only suggestions. But constant maximum productivity is not natural. We are trying to force a modern pace onto a Stone Age body and brain, and the system is overheating. To understand why you feel guilty when you rest, look at evolution. For almost all of human history, living on high alert made sense. Food and safety were scarce. If you did not search for resources or for social standing, you could lose your place or your life. The brain developed a negativity bias, which means it pays more attention to threats than to good news, and a deep anxiety about status. Now we carry this brain built for scarcity into a world of endless digital abundance. Your tribe is no longer 150 people, it is billions. When you open a social app, your ancient brain compares your messy backstage to thousands of highly edited stages. That comparison can activate brain circuits linked to social pain, which the brain processes in ways that overlap with physical pain. So the push for high performance is often a response to the fear of being invisible. Many of us work long hours not out of love for the work, but out of fear of being left behind. Overwork becomes a way to manage anxiety. We stay busy so we do not have to face silence and ask who we are without titles and trophies. There is also a new wish to become machine-like. We admire algorithms, which are step-by-step rules that run with perfect consistency. We build morning routines like lines of code. Wake up, cold exposure, meditation, coffee, exercise, reading, work. Everything timed, everything efficient. But biology is not linear in that way. Biology is cyclical, messy, and complex. When we try to suppress our humanity to act like machines, we start to lose touch with feeling. Psychology has a term for this pattern. It is called functional alexithymia, which means a reduced ability to notice and name emotions because they are seen as a barrier to productivity. We start to treat sleep as wasted time and boredom as a problem to fix. This view ignores the main human strengths. Machines already do repetitive tasks better than we do. Our value sits in feeling, intuition, and creativity. The result is tragic. In trying to become superhuman, we become poor versions of robots. We optimize our days to be very efficient at going nowhere. There is also a hidden biological cost. Many people live in chronic hypervigilance, which means a constant state of watchfulness. The sympathetic nervous system gets stuck in the on position. This floods the body with cortisol, which is a stress hormone that helps us respond to threat, but wears us down when it stays high for too long. The constant hunt for goals drives repeated spikes in dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter that signals reward prediction and motivates seeking. After a win, dopamine quickly falls below its normal resting level, and this drop creates a craving for the next win. Over time, you can become addicted to achievement, unable to enjoy the present moment. This pattern can also disrupt serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that supports mood, calm, and feeling content with what is here now. The end result is a group of high performers who feel anxious and low despite their success. A lack of real downtime also harms learning. Memory consolidation, which is the process that stores new learning in the brain, happens mainly during deep rest and sleep. Myelination, which is the building of insulation around nerve fibers that lets signals travel faster, also improves with cycles of practice and rest. When you cut rest to produce more, you block the brain from locking in the very skills you are working so hard to improve. We are burning the engine to drive faster, forgetting that life is a long race, not a short sprint. Perhaps the greatest loss is creativity. Efficiency seeks the shortest line from A to B. Creativity needs detours, errors, wandering, and wasted time that is not really wasted. When you schedule every minute, you remove the randomness that feeds insight. Many great thinkers used long walks and long periods of apparent idleness to think. Today we might call that laziness, but those quiet hours gave the brain's default mode network space to work. The default mode network is a set of brain regions that become active during rest and mind wandering, and it helps us connect distant ideas. When we fill every gap with double-speed audio and constant input, we become people who know a lot of facts, but produce few original thoughts. We consume a lot, but digest little. Under many miracle routines and biohacking tips, there is a simple wish to control life. We hope the perfect routine will protect us from chaos, sadness, and failure. High performance turns into a kind of secular superstition. We act as if the universe owes us success if we wake at 5 and drink the right juice. This mindset creates fragility. Fragility means you break under stress. When life goes off script, rigid discipline alone is not enough. There is a better idea called anti-fragility, which means a system that gets stronger from stress, shock, and change. Over-optimized systems tend to fail when conditions shift. A Formula One car is very fast on a perfect track, but it falls apart on a rough road. A sturdy Jeep is slower, but it can cross almost any terrain. Real resilience comes from slack and redundancy. Slack means extra time and space. Redundancy means backup capacity that you do not need every day. Both give you room to adapt when life changes. So we should not throw away ambition. Humans need challenge and growth to stay healthy. The problem is not performance itself. The problem is the timing and the dose. The solution is periodization, which means planned cycles of stress and recovery. Elite athletes use base phases, peak phases, and deload phases that lower training so the body can repair. We can apply the same idea to work and learning. Let sustainability be the new measure of success. Instead of asking how much can I squeeze out today, ask what pace can I keep for 10 years. While protecting my mind, my body, and my relationships. This means respecting seasons of life. There are true sprints when a project demands extra hours. These should be exceptions, not your default. Balance is not a fixed point. Balance is dynamic, which means it shifts with context. A sharp mind needs a rested body. 8 hours of sleep is not a waste. It is a cognitive investment that pays back in clarity and creativity. Saying no to many good options is the only way to say yes to what truly matters. The most radical act today is to refuse to become a machine. Allow yourself to be inefficient sometimes. Read a novel without hunting for business lessons. Keep a hobby where you are not good and do not try to monetize it. Spend an afternoon staring at the ceiling without guilt. The promise of high performance was freedom, but many have found a new kind of slavery, where you are both the driver and the one being driven, chasing a finish line that keeps moving. Step off the treadmill. Life is not a project to optimize. Life is an experience to live. Real high performance is not about how much you do. It is about clarity, intention, and the quality of your presence. If you truly want to win, stop competing with algorithms and start respecting your biology. Breathe, rest, then execute.